Hello everyone, this is Ben. Welcome to another series of Let's Talk Paintball with me. Okay, and today, of course, we have a different guest. For the last 2 weeks, we have been seeing Dom, and I think everyone is getting bored of Dom. So today we have Jane here on the show with us.
Hi everyone, so I'm here to replace Dom.
Yeah, and last week we spoke about, well, basically Dom and I spoke about coming together to play. Like what is our first playing experience? What did we do at the field? You know, and we also talk about like purchasing our very first gear. So we talk about buying a mask, and this week we are going to move on to another topic. Okay, so the topic is basically about what do we do right after purchasing our first equipment? Like how was it like on Sunday when we play paintball? So do you remember like when is the first time when we actually stepped onto the field to play? Do you remember? Like share with them.
Can't remember exactly the first time, but one of the very first few experiences was at the contract killers clinic in KL at the Astaka field.
Yeah, right. So we spoke about it last week. It was us attending a clinic.
The paintball clinic.
Yeah, paintball clinic. So our very first experience wasn't like into the field. Like we didn't go to the field wanting to play paintball. We went straight immediately to the clinic. You remember how much we were charged for the clinic?
I don't remember. Was it like 600 or 800 ringgit?
800 ringgit.
800
Yeah, 800 ringgit. Ladies and gentlemen, we paid 800 ringgit at that time. It was what, 13 years ago?
Per person.
Per person,
Per person.
not 2 person, per person.
So we had out 1,600 ringgit.
Yeah,
for the two
so
of us.
somehow the organizer, I still remember his name till today. Alright, he promised me a contract killer t-shirt, and until today I haven't got my t-shirt
I
yet.
don't think I've seen
Yeah, I
it
haven't
though.
got my t-shirt yet. Okay, so 1,600 ringgit. If you want to know who this guy is, come look for me. I'll share with you his name. Alright, I remember. And I believe that was a Singaporean rate apparently.
Yeah,
'cause-
different nationality.
yeah. Because when I try and ask around, and I realized that we somehow paid a different pricing altogether. But never mind, that was all in the past.
Yeah, that was first time, right?
Yeah, that was our
We
very
didn't
first
know
time.
any
We didn't
better.
know. I think we were like almost gundu lah. We just went in.
Yeah,
and then
no idea what paintball was.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, there happened to be
Yeah,
a
because
clinic.
there was no benchmark.
No benchmark, nothing. We didn't know how much a clinic is worth.
Yeah, we don't have no
we don't
reference.
really know who the superstars are.
Yeah, we
don't
didn't even know who Nikki Cooper was.
No idea.
Yeah, we just know some Masale, some Angmo
Yeah.
came and run a clinic, and then Angmo must be good, right? So we went in, and then we were mind blown, right? So that was our very first experience. We went straight into the clinic, and I don't remember. Do you remember our very first practice?
First practice.
Yeah, first practice. Like
Is it
I got her on the show partly also because Jane, if for the rest of y'all who doesn't know, is actually a founding member of the Red 7. So I found the team, and then she was the very first player who joined the team. Right? So
first teammate.
I pronounced myself as the team captain, and therefore I have my first teammate, and then she's sitting right here. So therefore I asked her to come on this show. Do you remember our very first training? When was it? Do you remember?
What was it? No. Was it Action?
Action, that's right. In Action Field.
Action paintball field
Yeah.
in KL.
That's right, Action Field in KL. And the very first person that we met in Action, the minute we opened our door, so we drove to this place from Singapore.
I know.
We drove all the way from Singapore, traveled 3 hours, 4 hours, and then slowly by the time we reached Action, and we were lost. First time driving to KL, and then we didn't know where to go. And then
There was no GPS.
Yeah, there was no GPS.
Street directory.
It was
flipping page after
street
page.
directory, no GPS at all,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. We went up, and I remember I had to find my way through calling Mr. Alan Pang, who was at that time still working in Action Paintball.
Yeah.
Calling Alan by the phone and say, "Hey Alan, I saw a shop over there," and then Alan said, "Okay, turn right." Okay, so I have to turn, and then through the phone, I managed to find my way to Action Paintball. Alan wasn't there. He was basically helping me out just over the phone.
Directions over the phone, right?
And then when we reached the field, do you remember who was the first person
I know.
Say.
Amos.
Yeah, Amos.
Amos. What's
Amos.
his team name?
I-
Pink minibus or
Pink Minibus. Amos from
Yeah,
Pink
Pink
Minibus.
Minibus.
Yeah, so Amos, one of this guy, I think he's almost a veteran already. Even he's no longer playing.
I don't see
Yeah,
him
his
anymore.
last tournament was with the Actioneers. So and Amos came out. Amos from nowhere saw a Singapore car came, and they said, "Hey, Singaporeans are here! Singaporeans are here!" So the minute I opened the door, he said, you're Singaporean ah? Okay, come, follow me.
Yeah.
I'm Amos, follow me. So we went like, just basically following him. Didn't know who he was.
Yeah. No
Right?
idea.
And then he felt, to me at that point, he felt like someone from the field.
Yeah, he was acting
Like
like
he knows
the place.
he knows
inside
the place
out,
well,
he knows
right?
everyone.
Yeah, I think at some point we might have thought that he maybe runs the field also.
Yeah.
Right?
Like he was a staff there.
Yeah, so then because he was, for those who know Amos, he's quite aggressive, if I can use the word aggressive. Very straightforward person. So
Yeah.
so Amos came to us and said, "Hey, Singaporeans, come, follow me. I'll show you around." And then Amos introduced us to another person. Do you remember who was it?
No, I don't remember.
Do you remember? Reds.
Was it?
Yeah. So Reds, who's now working in Saja.
Saja,
In the UAE. He was the second person that we met at Action Field.
Oh, Reza was the second one.
Yeah, Reza was the second. So this guy came out, still wearing his dye headband, and then came out and said, "Oh, you're from Singapore? Okay. First time playing, hey, my name is Reds." And then he was very nice.
Yeah.
The way that I mean, for those who know Reds, right, he speaks with very fluent English. And then when he started speaking to us, it was like, okay, we know we are in good hands. Right? Remember those days?
He was
Yeah.
very confident. He was very professional.
Yeah,
in his
very
delivery.
professional.
He was
Yeah.
like, then of course the next thing that he told us was, "Hey guys, please pay the fuel fee."
Yeah. He's always correct. So Reds is always the guy that everybody runs away from, because he see anybody coming to Action Field,
Yeah.
whether you are in your car, in your tongs, whatever attire you're in, he say, "Hey, pay the fuel fee or not? Have you paid the fuel fee? Pay fuel fee." And then it's okay. So in the past, right, when you go to a paintball field, I don't know whether it's still the same, but in Singapore we abolished that fuel fee charges, right?
Yeah, because most of the paintballers in Singapore are
They are members, right? They are
They're
members,
so
right?
they get waiver
Yeah. So
of fuel fee.
yeah, that's right. So in Malaysia, I think now it's still in implementation. So you
Yeah,
go to
I
a
think
field.
it's common around the
It's
world.
very
also.
okay. It's very common around the
Yeah.
world where you go to a field and then you start paying for a field fee. So the field fee allows you access to the field, right? And then some of the field also charges you an air fee.
Yeah.
So if you want to
Yeah.
use the air is not for free, guys. You think air is for free, You want to breathe nice air, come on, air is not for free in paintball. So you have to pay for the usage of the air, and then those were the very few charges that we were paying,
Yeah.
right? And then after that, I think he
For
was,
several months.
and then and I think we didn't immediately buy a box of paint. We were not sure how much was enough for us. Remember?
Yeah, I mean we have no concept of
Like-
whether one bag was
Yeah,
enough.
one bag
or
of 500.
How fast or how long we're gonna shoot.
Yeah,
so,
or a box
no
of
idea.
paint, 2,000.
Yeah.
We wasn't sure, right? So I think we went easy. I think we bought like a bag of paints
Probably
each.
a bag each.
Yeah, I can't remember how much we were charged though, but as compared from then and now, I'm sure it's like a few times more expensive,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure it's a few times. When we first bought a box of paint, do you remember how much it cost back in those days in Malaysia?
Connection?
Was it 400 ringgit a box?
I think so. I think it was
Almost close to 400 ringgit, right?
It was close to 400.
Yeah, I think it was close
Back
to
then.
400 ringgit a box of paints. For a box of paints, and 2,000, ladies and gentlemen, 2,000. Right now, I think after 13 years later, it's about 130 ringgit.
Few
No, 180 ringgit.
180 ringgit.
180 ringgit, yeah. So many times. Those days, at least 600 ringgit. Then, oh no, did I say 400 ringgit?
Yeah, you said
400 ringgit, sorry. 400 ringgit. I got all the
400
numbers
ringgit.
confused. For those who are watching and you're not sure why are we keep referencing our experience to Malaysia, because when we first started, we played in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and how long did we spend at the field? Do you remember?
How long?
Yeah,
Like the whole day? Because,
almost the whole day, right? Because we drove.
Because we went, we drove a few hours
Yeah.
up north, and
Yeah.
then we have to drive a few hours down south. So it doesn't make sense if
But-
we just make a short practice.
Yeah,
of
but I
our-
know-
of
I know-
Spend the whole entire day.
Yeah, every time when we are at the field, we get excited. It's like we get
Yeah,
tired
it's fun.
driving.
It's
We
fun.
get very tired driving from Singapore to Malaysia, 4 hours drive. But by the time we reach there, we're like, oh, come on! Then we suddenly like come
Yeah.
back alive again.
Yeah.
So that was an experience that we got. Do you still remember some of the teams that we trained with? If you can remember some of the names. any teams that we were playing with, like skirmishing or
Killer Bees.
Killer Bees? So Killer Bees were one of the teams. In my mind, I remember
Scully Joe X.
CMX.
CMX.
No, CMX. I think those earlier teams.
Yeah.
Even Oscar Ligio X was like
A
very
bit
much
later.
later, yeah. But Killer Bees, Pink Mini Bus, CMX,
Yeah.
and then there was a team like Gang,
Oh, that
the
was
Penang
Gang.
guys.
Yeah,
They call it what?
yeah.
Immortals, right? Was it Vista?
I need to change it.
You-
though.
yeah.
It was Gang version.
Oh, no, Gang is different team.
Oh, Gang is the
Yeah,
different.
Gang is a different team, and then there were like Immortals
Yeah.
from Penang, and then there were many others, other teams lah.
Yeah.
Zelius,
Oh,
the Mercy Kids,
yeah, the Mercy
right?
Kids.
So those were the older teams. But I feel that even now, for a beginner, because this show is basically made for beginners, or made for people who wants to find out a little bit more about paintball, how you can integrate yourself into the scene. I think we had a hard time trying to integrate into the community. Do you remember?
And, yeah, at
Like,
the
we didn't
start,
know
at the
anybody.
start, Yeah.
And then they don't know us, so obviously we were like staying away from one another. So what was it that actually got us?
It was just shy, you know, people were just shy to talk to one another, like, you know, if you should approach them. Plus, that time, I think when we were at Action Paintball Field, we were pretty much quite
The noobs we are the
the
noobs.
noobs.
Yeah.
So, pretty gundu and don't know anything about the equipment, don't know anything about
Yeah.
paintballs, and don't know how to approach people.
That's right.
Don't know, cannot tell if they want to do training by themselves, or they are willing to play games with us,
Yeah.
or they are willing to let them join
That's right. There was
join their team to play.
I think there were a lot of mind reading those
Yeah,
days.
like
You go to the
yes.
field, you imagine you hardly know anyone, right? I think it's the same for any beginners. You go to a field maybe on a Sunday skirmish, you don't know anybody, right? But you see everyone talking to one another as though like they are one big family, and then somehow you feel the odd one out because you are like the only guy wearing army camouflage uniform.
Yeah.
Right, playing paintball maybe for your first or second time, but your mask is like freaking new. You have a new mask already, right, ladies and gentlemen?
With less, there's no scratches.
Yeah, no scratches, nice looking mask. And then you have your own rental gun, and then you go to the field and everyone is like in their own paintball gear. Then suddenly you feel a bit left out, even though you have your mask. Somehow you still feel left out because you somehow couldn't click. I think the problem comes in when you have no one to guide you along.
Yeah.
But I think this is just a very short phase. You might encounter this issue, which all of us have come across before.
Yes.
And all it takes is for you to melt the iceberg, if I can say. Put a bit more charcoal into the heat, get yourself a little bit warm up, try to know a few people, and then try to do as much as you can. I think if there's one advice that I can give to a beginner would be try to do more things. Like for example,
Like what?
observing, pick up certain lingo like bunker codes maybe, right? Pick up some codes like
skirmish,
like try to have some skirmish, right? Try to go in and
drills.
try to maybe pick up some drills, snap shooting drills maybe. Learn the jargons of paintball, and then, but most importantly, also try to have somebody guide you along. I think that's the most important. Don't be afraid to learn, because I'm sure there will be a lot of people that are willing to impart you with their skills, whether good or bad, right? Somebody who knows something about paintball will definitely come to you and say, okay, I don't mind sharing certain tips with you. And all these tips, basically, if I can say, they are the foundation of your eventual learning.
Yeah.
If I think if not for the Malaysians teaching us paintball, we wouldn't know anything about paintball. For sure.
Yeah, because there was no speedball in Singapore at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just recreational woodball kind, but
Yeah.
no speedball. So the guys from KL were the ones who really taught us the basics, and that's where we learned drills on like how to load your paintball gun.
That's right.
What to do with the pot,
Yeah.
how to store your paint. So these are the basic things that we all learned over there.
Yeah.
So if you are starting out for the first time, or being at the field for the first few times, like I totally understand that you'll be awkward. You'll be shy. You don't know who you can approach.
Yeah.
But
Don't feel so, because that's part of the learning phase.
yeah, you just got to take the first step and go out to someone.
Yeah.
and tell the guy, hey, I'm new here.
Yeah.
Can you teach me something about paintball today?
Yeah.
Can I learn
Yeah.
a few drills from you to guide me through today?
I think also not just only do it during that day when you go to train, but try to do it also beyond the training hours. Like if you can remember, when we went to the very first person that we met was Rayson.
Rayson, yeah.
Right, Rayson was the very first. And then after that, Rayson, we met Andrew because he brought us to the shop.
Yeah.
Right, and then Andrew met. Then from Andrew, we knew who Patrick was. Right, and then because Patrick run his own event, and then Patrick has some link with some other guys from the field, and then slowly our circle of friends starts increasing. Like you realize that it's a very small community. Everybody knows one another. So as long as you can reference names to one or two guys, your circle of friends will definitely increase. I can tell you, if you are a social outcast, if you hardly have any friends, trust me, you play paintball and a lot of thousands and thousands of people will add you on their Facebook. Trust me, you don't even know who they are. Half of these guys will be wearing a mask on their profile picture and expect you to add them. Seriously, trust me. Okay, you get a lot of these, and that was how we started out. And then slowly we met William Wong. Remember William Wong?
Our Shifu.
Our Shifu, yeah. So so William Wong was our very first. We actually have a few masters.
Yeah.
We had to learn from a few guys. Din Lau was one of them.
Din Lau, yes.
Yeah, Din Lau back in those days was
coaching
some
At
CMX.
the field.
Yeah, he was coaching CMX. So he gave us a few pointers.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of sessions with Din Lau and the CMX guys. And then we had William Wong.
Yeah,
who taught us snap shooting.
A lot.
Right?
Yeah.
He taught us basically everything we know about paintball.
Yeah. What's his famous line?
Famous line?
Famous line.
I can shoot 3%.
So we went to MPOC for the first time.
Yeah, so we were playing our first
Don't
tournament.
worry.
Yeah, we were playing our first tournament. So we were short of members. We had to hire an extra gun. So William came along, and then William confidently at that point we were playing D3. So those days there wasn't D4. It was just D3. Everyone goes straight to D3, right? So we met William, and then William came up to us and said, "Hey, Singaporeans, hey, if you want, you can hire me. Okay, you pay for my paints. I will go there. I will deliver my service. I'm like a contract killer." So we're like, "Okay, we like this idea," because we were short of numbers. And then William came in, and William said, "I can shoot 3 guys. Okay,
you're just shoot.
Yeah, you're just take care of the other 2. I was it 4? I can't remember. 3 or 4. 3, right? So he said, I can take 3 guys. The rest of the other 2, you guys can take care of." And then we were like, "Sure, no, walao, this guy."
My jaw dropped at the time. I was like, "Wow, this guy."
My eyes pop out. Yeah, my eyes. So I tell you, okay, some of these Malaysians when they say they can do it, they can really do it. Just like Rayson, hey, 2 of you against me, no problem one. So when they went out, our first game, I think William took out 4.
Yeah.
Alone. Step shoot, pop,
He proved himself.
Shot everybody out, and then we were like, okay, wait, this guy is like, he's the real thing, right?
He's not boasting.
Yeah, he's
he really
the real
can
thing.
do it.
So I think with William, his name is Slowpoke, by the way. With William, we played a couple of more games with him after that.
Yeah,
also.
some more tournaments.
Yeah. So I at least for a good half a year at least.
Around.
Yeah. So I think William was definitely one of our Shifu, if I can say, right, one of our masters. He taught us about paintball, and then slowly we learn, and then we pick up from more and more people. Of course, William doesn't dive and slide. I haven't seen dive no, right? Yeah. So we have to learn the diving and sliding from someone else. Yeah. Remember anyone who taught you diving and sliding? Who taught you your first dive? I know who taught me my first dive into snake.
Oh really?
Yeah, I remember.
I don't remember.
Later I'll tell you who. You remember yours? No. Do you remember? Okay, so I tell
you. At the Nikki Cooper cleaning.
No, it's not Nikki Cooper. I told you who was my first dive master. Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang. I did my first dive into the snake when I went for Oliver Lang's clinic in Taiwan.
Okay.
You remember that?
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember Oliver Lang's clinic in Taiwan, and it was a really good clinic.
Really good clinic. It opened our eyes to like a proper paintball, how to play proper paintball, right?
Yes.
And I think he made it so easy. The confidence was there also, and it made it easy for us.
Through that clinic that Oliver did in Taiwan, it really opened my eyes on my mind on how snap shooting.
What exactly snap shooting
Yeah,
is?
what exactly
Yeah.
snap shooting is.
I remember, yeah.
Before that, all those so-called snap
Master
shooting.
snap shooting. Maybe William was one of them.
William was really good, but personally, that was a turning point
Yeah.
for learning how to snap shoot
Yeah,
properly.
I think I remember that killer drill that he had.
Yeah.
So he had 8 bunkers lined up like side by side, facing one another.
Facing one another. So
Yeah.
two
lines of bunkers, different bunkers. So if you are shooting a Coke can, if you are standing behind a Coke can, you'll be playing against a Coke can. And then if you are playing in a Maya, you'll be playing against another Maya on the opposite side. And then so on and so forth. So you'll be playing a Dorito on the other one, a Coke can, and then a Maya, a temple. And then every time he blows the whistle, you have to go
You
like
gotta change
one bunker
shift,
another, right?
shift one bunker.
Yeah.
And this.
The drill doesn't end until
Yeah, the drill doesn't end until you complete the whole entire.
So you have to step shoot like
round.
8 times across, and it was, I tell you, it was
Oh, it was
tiring.
very hard.
It was just tiring. But I think it built a lot of muscle memory for us.
Yeah.
Right. So that was our initial step shoot. I think we did a couple of those drills when we came back and we learned from him
Yes.
in the old Great Dynasty field in Yishun.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a killer drill, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was a killer drill. Alright. Okay, so that's all that we have. Any last words for anybody who wants to learn paintball?
Don't be shy. If you're really shy about going to the paintball field for the first few times on your own, I would suggest that you go onto Facebook, look up some of the local Singapore teams, then drop them a message and let them know if you can join them for training.
Yeah, don't be shy.
You don't have to join them for their team like permanently, but
Yeah.
for a start, just text them and ask them if you can join them for training.
Yeah.
Then that will be a good start. If not, then you can always contact the paintball fields
Yeah.
directly and ask them for help,
Yeah.
like to orientate you, to guide you through on your first day.
I think the idea is really to walk out of the comfort zone. I think that's the most important, because even you write them an email or message. Sometimes going there, wanting to join them, sometimes you feel a little bit awkward because they are all strangers to you. But if you can walk out of your comfort zone and really get to know every single one of them by their name, maybe, and let's not forget, you step onto the field without any knowledge about paintball. So anything that's given to you is considered a knowledge learned already. So in the first place, don't be too afraid of learning from the right guy or the wrong guy. As long as somebody is coming to you with some tips, I think that's good enough.
Yeah. And of course, if you can't find anyone else, can't find any team, there's always
Yeah,
us.
you can look for us.
You can look for us,
Yeah.
drop us a message on Facebook.
That's right.
Then we'll pick it up from there.
Alright, so that's all the time we have for this week. Next week, okay, we're gonna come back with episode 4. And episode 4, we're gonna talk about how did we started forming the team.
How did we start forming the team?
Yeah, how did we start forming the team? So that's a very interesting topic. So now that you have played, you have bought your equipment, you have gone onto the field to try and break the ice. Now it's about trying to find a footing for yourself in the team. Whether you are forming a team or maybe you are joining a team, there are certain things that you need to know. Alright? So make sure you tune in again next week. We'll see you again. Bye bye.
Bye.